Sharon, are you in your room?
Oh, home already, are we?
What do you mean I always come home at this time? Look, Sharon, I don't really want to tell you over and over, but can you really not do anything about this sofa in the living room?
Huh? What is it, Mrs. Brown?
You were eating cookies while on the sofa, weren't you? There are crumbs everywhere. Can't you at least clean up your own mess?
Things like that should be taken care of by the people who are bothered by it.
What?
I didn't find it messy at all. You're the one who found it messy, so shouldn't you be the one to clean it up, Mother? Just because I'm your son's wife and agree to live with you doesn't mean I'm responsible for everything around the house. So stop asking me to do everything, will you?
Agreed to live with me?
That's right. To be honest, I'm not really excited having to look after an old lady. But still I agreed to come and live here, so I think I deserve some appreciation. If you want me to help, you better treat me better.
That's how you saw this?
I'm busy taking pictures for Instagram, so could you please go and clean the sofa, which was apparently so dirty? Go and make some dinner while you're at it, too. You went out again, Beth? Honestly, I don't know where you go off to every day. But you really don't get tired of it, do you?
What? But
You're obviously in good shape if you can go off somewhere every day like that. There's really no excuse for you not to do the housework, right?
Sharon, you've got to do some of the housework too, you know?
What?
We talked about this when you moved in. I have a job and have to go to work while you're a housewife. I'm not telling you to do everything, but you gotta pull your own weight if you're gonna live here.
What is this job of yours you're talking about?
What do you mean?
I don't see how going out every day is a job. Hold on. Please don't tell me that going to the casino every day to gamble is this job you're talking about. I'd hate it if my husband's mother was a gambling addict.
Why you? Just what do you think I am exactly?
Huh? Well, a lonely old widow who lost the husband supporting her, I guess? Of course, we couldn't just leave someone like that alone. Which is why my husband and I reluctantly agreed to move in and take care of you. I'll say this one more time. If you want me to take care of you after you retire, you better treat me with a bit more respect. How you treat me now will determine my attitude towards you later on. Understand?
So that's how you saw this situation? I knew it.
If you don't like it, you can always just leave, you know. Now that your husband is gone, the house is now our property.
It seems that you've got even that wrong.
Actually, could you just leave already? No matter how many times I tell you, you never improve. Not even a single apology. I just can't bear you anymore. Obviously, this means I won't be taking care of you anymore.
I see. It seems the two of us just can't get along with each other. I'm not going to cause you any more trouble.
Thanks for being so understanding. Just know that if you come crying later on begging for me to look after you once you're old and helpless, that I won't do a thing.
That's never gonna happen, so don't worry.
Really? Well, good luck on your own. Mrs. Brown, I heard that you were almost kicked out of the house. Are you all right?
Oh, hello, Amanda. You heard the news?
I heard from Sharon. She's told me that she's put up with you and kicked you out. And that you might come and leech on us here instead.
Well, well.
I have no idea on what she means by leeching on us. Sharon's the one who should get out.
Truly.
What did her husband have to say about it? It doesn't matter whether it's his wife or not. This is going too far.
He's been abroad on work for 10 days now. I plan on talking to him about this incident, but he won't be home for another 2 months or so.
Well, it's the times, I guess. It's hard these days to just go in and out of the country.
Well, I did want to part with her. I guess I got my wish granted. Anyways, it seems that I need to find a new place to live.
Mrs. Brown? If you like, you can come here and live with us until you find a new place to live.
Really?
You see, I already talked about it with my husband and he said I should contact you and invite you to come and stay with us. I know you prefer to be on your own, but I thought that your current priority should be to get away from Sharon as soon as possible.
I guess so. You seem to understand me much more than Sharon does. So I might just take on your offer and stay over there until I find a new place to live.
We'll be glad to have you. My. So, now you're going to your other son's family? I knew it! You really had to find someone else to leech off of, now that I'm not there to help you, huh? It's just sad, really.
It seems you won't understand unless I spoon-feed it to you, so I'll explain it carefully. I'm only going to be staying at Charles' place until I find a new place to live.
What? That's what you're saying now, but you plan on staying in the inn, aren't you? I mean, I guess it can't be helped. You're an old lady with no income of her own.
It seems that there's a big understanding here. I have a job, you know.
Huh?
I'm a manager at Ford, you know, the car manufacturer. There's a huge signboard near the station, so I'm pretty sure even you have heard of it. I've been working there ever since I graduated junior college.
Really? Ford? So where you were going every day was...
I wasn't going out. I was going to work every day from Monday to Friday.
Oh, so that's what that was.
Did you really not notice anything even after living together for 1 month?
I always thought that you were just off having fun somewhere.
Didn't I tell you that I had a job when we talked about who would do what around the house?
What? Really?
Also, I already have a plan for when I retire, so no need to worry about me. I already saved up some money so as to not be a burden to my sons and their families. My sons already know about this.
Is that so?
Anyways, didn't you two only move in with me in the first place since the company house you rented had to be renewed? You two were supposed to move out once it was over, right?
But I thought that we were going to be staying here permanently.
Jesus, you seem to have not understood a thing. I wonder what the conversation we had before you moved in was for.
But
that's why you were so aggressive towards me. You thought that I was the one who needed help? You really should be more careful about your behavior from now on, Sharon.
Wait, does that mean... Mother, why does it say that you sold the house? I understand that you already have your retirement planned out, but you can't just go and sell our property. This is a crime. You hear me? I'm telling the police. Wait. Don't tell me that this is how you planned on getting the money for your retirement.
Sharon, honestly, I'm not even surprised anymore. You've got it all wrong again. That house is my property, not yours.
What? What do you mean, your property?
That house used to be my uncle's. He never had any children, so it was passed down to me, his nephew. That house has been my property ever since he passed.
That's impossible!
I've fond memories of that house, but ultimately I decided that it should be sold.
Why not just give it to your eldest son instead of selling it off? Why'd you have to sell it?
It's because I had decided that if there were any arguments concerning the house's ownership, I would sell it without any second thoughts. Weren't you the one who started it by kicking me out?
But still...
There's no point arguing anymore. The sale's already done.
It's my fault?
I heard that the renewal of the company house finishes this month. Whether you do or do not understand what I said, pack up and move out by the end of next month. Will you?
Beth, why? What happened? Your son told me he wanted to divorce as soon as he got back. He even said that we're not going to be moving to the company house anymore.
Ah, so that's how he handled it?
What? What do you mean?
I told my sons about the conversations we've been having ever since you moved in.
You what?
I'm not surprised, really. You don't listen to a word I say and seem to get everything wrong. On top of that, you talk down to his mother and treat her like some sort of maid. No wonder he wanted to get a divorce.
How is it my fault? How was I supposed to know that you had a job and the house was yours?
What do you mean, how was I supposed to know? I'm pretty sure I explained this to you quite clearly. Honestly, I'm amazed someone can just ignore what people say as well as you do. Either way, that attitude itself is enough reason for anyone to not want to bother you. My son has every reason to want a divorce.
But that's so unfair! I don't want to get divorced!
Even if I did want to help you, I'm afraid there's nothing I can do about it. Talk to your husband about it, will you? Goodbye, then.
Wait! This is a big problem for me! My parents found out what happened and told me not to come home. I was an embarrassment, they said. But I'm a housewife and I can't make a living on my own, so... I know! Why don't you let me stay with you? You know, like one of those room shares? I won't be able to pay rent, but this time I'll do the housework. It'll be a win-win situation. You've already found a new place to live, right? Tell me your address. Why are these messages unread?
According to my son, the house I left was a complete mess when he returned from abroad. Apparently, there were even cockroaches everywhere. He wanted to divorce as soon as he saw it. He said, Sharon resisted at first, but he managed to make it official a month later. Sharon began working at some company a relative of hers introduced her to and entered a dormitory for employees. But she was so lazy that they eventually had to fire her. I wonder if it's because she's never actually worked a day in her life. After that, she went to the Miami and tried leeching off of some rich man she met. But of course, that didn't go well either, and was tried for stalking charges. What happened to her after that, I have no idea. Do you have a moment, James?
What is it, Emma?
You're cheating on me with Amy, aren't you?
Well, you see...
It's no use trying to hide it. I've already gathered the evidence. Actually, I even received a report from Amy herself saying, Sorry, sis, I accidentally stole your boyfriend. I think it's time we break up.
Yeah, I think that's for the best. Emma's way hotter than you in the first place. Are you guys even related? You look nothing like her!
That's because Amy isn't actually my sister.
Seriously? That explains a lot, I guess.
Yep, that's why I'm leaving this town.
What, seriously? Why?
I have no obligation to tell you why. You're not even my boyfriend anymore.
Yeah, but... just asking out of curiosity.
Ask Amy if you want to know about it that much. I doubt she'll tell you, though.
What? Now I want to know even more!
Well, I guess this was good timing. I've no regrets leaving a place full of such awful people like this. I'm leaving right this weekend.
Where do you plan on going?
That's none of your business. Goodbye, Mr. Cheater.
Yo, Emma! It's me, James! How long has it been since we last talked? 5 years, right?
What the hell? I thought I blocked your account. Is this a new ID?
Yep. So, you get it?
Get what?
The invitation to me and Amy's wedding.
You don't even know my current address. Where did you even send it?
To the Gmail address you used to use.
What? I don't check that account anymore.
Seriously? That's where I sent the online invitation.
An online invitation?
Check it, now.
Do I really have to? Logging in takes so much time.
Just do it already, will you?
I wonder what the password was. Huh? There really was an invitation, I guess. I have notifications turned off, so I didn't really notice. Why have you been sending me emails every day for the past week?
It's because you don't reply to my emails. That's why I made a new Instagram account in the first place.
What? Just how desperate are you?
So, I'm taking it that you accept the invitation?
What? What made you think that I would go?
Why? It's your sister's wedding. Not being able to be happy for your own family is kind of, you know.
Kind of what?
Ah, so I see how it is. You're jealous of how hot your sister is. How she stole me from you, right?
I honestly don't care about Emma anymore. We haven't met even once in the 5 years since I left. And she's not even my real sister in the first place.
That reminds me. Where did you even go? I asked Amy and your foster parents. But all they say is that they have no idea and haven't heard anything.
Yeah, that's because I didn't tell them.
So you really didn't tell them, huh? You guys should make up at the wedding.
Make up?
Basically, you ran away from home, right? For 5 years? At first, you intended to come home after the dust had settled. But as time passed, it became harder and harder to do so. Fast forward, and here we are right now, right? What a child.
I never planned on eventually coming home when I left.
What?
I guess that might have to turn at some point on some sort of business, but I have zero intention on moving there again, or of meeting Emma or her parents.
Chill, no need to get angry. Isn't Amy your only sister? I know you'll be able to celebrate her wedding. I understand why you might not want to. Who cares if the groom is your ex-boyfriend?
Judging by your tone, I assume you haven't heard anything yet.
Heard what?
Nothing you need to know about. Anyways, I declined the online invitation.
What? Hold on a minute.
Also, I've told you so many times before Emma isn't actually my real sister. She's no more than a stranger to me.
Why'd you decline?
I told you she's not my sister.
But I put so much effort trying to get you to make up with your sister. I know you two don't get along.
Did you seriously not hear a word of what I said?
What was that? Anyways, just come on the day of the wedding, okay?
No, I will not. Goodbye.
Emma? Why aren't you here? Where are you?
What?
The wedding's already started!
Oh, the wedding's today?
You'll make it to the reception, right? That reminds me. I heard some train was being delayed. Is that why you're late? Just get a taxi and come here quick. Or is it that you're stuck on the train?
I'm watching TV at home.
Huh? You're what?
I thought I already told you I wouldn't come.
But I told you to come, didn't I?
Stop giving me orders, will you? I don't need to listen to a word you say.
You're ruining the surprise I have planned! Just hurry up and come, in 1 hour!
I'm afraid that's impossible.
Why?
The wedding's in Florida, right? There's no way for me to get there in less than 1 hour using any transportation method.
What?
There's also another problem I need to take care of.
What problem?
I got this ridiculous email from Amy, you see.
What? Amy?
Yep, I'll be going now. Bye.
Wait, hold on! The wedding ceremony was cancelled. And on top of that, I now have 20K in debt.
That's such a shame. You've got 20K of debt too?
What?
The wedding preparation costs 40K, so you and Amy were planning on using 20K each, right? Didn't you two laugh it off saying that much is nothing? I'm impressed considering how careless the two of you are with money. While looking for a way to get the money, you heard from somewhere that I'm now the CEO of a company. And here we are now, right?
Yeah. That sounds about right. A friend of mine you met before didn't know that we had broken up. He said something like, "Your girlfriend is incredible." That's how I found out.
I see, so that's how you got the information. And what do you want from me?
You see, I was planning with the wedding to get you to make up with the family you left years ago. So I was wondering if you could lend me the 20K. As thanks, you know?
Are you an idiot? Never mind, that question is years too late.
What?
Didn't I already tell you that those people are complete strangers to me? How many times have I told you that Emma's not actually my sister?
What? Seriously?
I lost both of my parents when I was 5 years old and was adopted by that family. But then Amy was born right after. I guess they preferred their actual child. I was treated worse than an animal growing up. Of course they had to do the bare minimum in order to save face, but that was only until high school. After that, I was told to return what I had been given, and was forced to get a job at a local company and give them half of my income. That's how I met you in the first place. You were an employee at some client company we were working with, right? But in the end, Amy stole you from me. That's when my adopted parents said that Amy is so unfortunate her boyfriend's ex is her own sister. So they told me to get out of town. And so I quit my job at that company, which I had been working at since I graduated high school and left.
What? This is completely new to me.
I don't know how much Amy and her parents told you, but I did tell you over and over that Amy wasn't actually my sister, right? Did you seriously ignore every word I said?
Wait, really?
Go through the chat history when you have time.
Yeah, but it's true that you're the CEO of a company right now, right?
I mean, I was interviewed by a local magazine and all, so it's not really a secret. So there's not really any point to hide it from you. Basically, as soon as I left town, I was able to reunite with my uncle, who had been looking for me. Apparently, my skill set was in high demand at the company he owned. This and that happened, and before I knew it, I was hired as the new CEO of the company just 6 months ago.
So that means you have the money, right? Just lend me the 20K, will you? Come on, we used to go out, right? Right?
Why, is that you and Amy or so?
What? Amy?
Both of you are lining up begging for 20K knowing that I'm now a CEO?
Huh? Amy doesn't have the money?
Yep, she also started begging for money almost exactly at the same time as you.
Seriously?
Amy is just as careless with money as you, but for some reason decided to show off and spend 20K on the wedding while she was thinking about how she would get that money. She found an interview of me online, which was how she found out that I'm CEO now. She said something like, "You're the CEO of a company now, right? If you give me 20K as a wedding gift, we'll welcome you, a person with no real relatives, into the family again." She said this after I told you that I took on the company of my actual uncle. Would you believe it? You two are so alike.
That can't be right. Amy was always buying brand items. You're telling me she didn't actually have the money?
In the end, she even said that if you give me the 20K, I'll let you have James every once in a while.
What?
It was so idiotic that I wasn't even mad, just amused. I've been able to reunite with my actual uncle. I'm getting along with his daughter, meaning my cousin. She's more of a sister to me than Amy ever was. Also, I'm married now and have children. So the stuff about me not having any actual relatives just isn't true anymore, which is what I told Amy.
What? You're married?
Yep.
Jesus!
Thanks for the pity, but I'm afraid I'm quite content with the life I have now. I'm not giving you two a single penny.
What?
So that's my answer.
But I need the money!
Goodbye.
Wait! What about the 20K?
That's what you two get for showing off and spending 40K on a wedding, is what I thought. But it's not really any of my business, so whatever, I guess. With Amy, however, I pretended to not know anything and said I got a wedding invitation from James, so I declined. What was that? I don't know if it was my fault, but apparently the two got into a huge fight and got divorced. The 20K of debt they both have is still there, though. Amy managed to pay it off by selling her house, but apparently this caused the whole family to fall apart. As to James, apparently the debt was a bit of a problem for him due to social reasons. No one has been able to get in contact with him ever since he was taken away while crying by his intimidating old brother.